Congratulations, man. Obviously, I mean, I gotta imagine this is a pretty special moment for you. I mean, to step in on such short notice, pick up an impressive win over a ranked guy. I mean, what's the feeling like for you right now?
Yeah, honestly, man, it was so much going on the past 3 weeks. I kind of thought I had a fight a few different times, and whenever this one finally came through, I was just blown away. It was awesome. I had all my medicals done and all that stuff, so that was kind of easy to get done. But what I did that I never do is I cut out wrestling and jiu-jitsu about a month before because I was scared to death of getting COVID or being around someone that had COVID, and I was like, freaking out. So I was in practice with the team like 2 days a week instead of 5 or 6 days. So I was doing a lot more cardio on my own, a lot of weights, and I think that's kind of what did me tonight was going for those guillotines and not having that same form, strength, and conditioning.
Yeah. Along the way, I mean, as you were working your way back to UFC, were there ever times where like it's just never going to happen for me? Maybe I got to change the dream a little?
No, I never thought about changing the dream. I definitely was kind of blown away by some guys that I saw get pulled in, but I understand it's kind of it's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business. So like they've got to bring in what guys are the most exciting, and to think that they're going to bring in the same people over and over and over would be foolish. So you have to come out and really step up your game and change the way you are, or just deal with it. And I in no way, shape, or form that I want to go to any other promotion. And I did try to go on my opposite way. That was at the point where I was winning every single fight and no one was giving me anything. So I was like, dude, I gotta take something. Like, they can't keep giving me fights. So I wanted any fight I could get, and I'm just happy to be back, man, and be back in this promotion. This is where I belong. If I had a full camp, I would have finished him the first 30 seconds when he shot in. He shot in like a youth wrestler. Like he shot in with his hands wide, his head right in front of me, and it blew my mind. He hit me. He had a lot of power with his shot. It wasn't that strong, but he had a lot of power when he exploded in. And if we fight again, which I would totally be fine with that. I've never had a grudge match, but that dude, he really pissed me off when he got in my face. So if he wants to go again, I'm ready to go.
You said you would have got it done in the first round. You almost got it done in the first round anyway, right? That was like a dream scenario. Did you wonder what the hell he didn't tap that?
No, it was deep. One of the rules that I got taught from my professor was when you go for the guillotine, if you see someone's hairline, it's not tight enough. I didn't see his freaking hairline either. He had like a high fade or I don't know what was going on. I had it in, I was in deep. My bicep was I felt his neck pumping, and he turned his head a little bit. I was like, oh, he's about to pass out, because he was propping up, getting his shoulders all amped up, and I was like, he's about to pass out. I'm gonna roll him through, and he ended up pushing my elbow off and then punched me in the side. I was like, okay, I gotta let go of this or I'm gonna be done. And so when I let go, I tried to stand up to hit just an escape, and I could feel my forearms that's not good. But it's kind of my game plan. I was gonna let him wear himself out, and then I was gonna choke him. So
last thing for me, I know you wanted to be back here for a long time. You got it done spectacular.
I wanted to get an interview from you for a long time. So this is awesome.
This works.
Yeah.
This works. So give me what's the plan now, man? Where do you go?
I am ready. I don't have social media anymore, so if anybody wants to call me out, you're gonna have to speak to Sean or Dana. So make a list. I don't care. I'll be ready to fight here in a few weeks.
Why don't you get rid of social media?
It's such a so just one little story. This guy, after I had a huge loss. This guy threw a flying knee, knocked me out 10 seconds into the fight. So a couple days later, he's like, "Hey man, sorry about your fight. I wish you would have died." And I was like, who is this guy? Why would you send me this message? How do you even have access to talk to me about this whenever you just the fact that he said that, I was like, this is such a big distraction. And I think that with all the sponsorships taken out of off-road gear and everything like that, there's really no need to have it unless you want it, and I don't want anything to do with it. I have 4 daughters and a beautiful wife, and I'm just trying to stay focused on what's important, and that's what's important to me is outside of fighting, that's it.
Damon, given all the wins you racked up after your last UFC fight, you were surprised you didn't get the call sooner, given they have been calling a lot of last-minute replacements?
Yeah, it's just as selfish as I'd like to be, I would like to tell you that after my first win outside the UFC when I got cut, that I was ready to come back, just because that's the way all fighters are. Everybody thinks that they're special, and they think that they're the best of the best, because you have to be like that to make it in the sport. So whenever I was busting out, I had a 3-fight win streak and a 5-fight win streak, and then when I had that and I didn't get it. I was like, what the hell? You know, like I don't understand what to do. You know, I'm finishing everybody. I'm 18-3 with 17 finishes. Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So when I saw guys get pulled in off decisions and boring ass decisions and wrestling decisions, not even like wrestling to jiu-jitsu to punching to finish, like nothing. Like I'm finishing every fight, so I didn't understand it. So whenever you know, I started seeing all these people getting getting tested for COVID and failing, and I was like, this is my time. You know, this is for sure. There's no way they can overlook me now. You know, there's no way. Like I can fight the best of the best. You know, on like a 3-day notice. Like, you know, yeah, I kind of wanted to fight for the past month, but I had no clue when I was going to fight. So it's still a 3-day notice fight.
Did they ever call you to be on the Contender Series or anything?
You know, basically, from what I looked at it, is that the Contender Series is for new and up-and-comers because that's what it's for. It's to find the talent that no one's seen yet. So because like these promotions, like they're basically all local promotions. Like LFA has like, you know, a handful of spots that they go to, and they build up the fighters there, and everybody kind of gets to know them. But like, there's some guys that are like in the middle of like Oklahoma. There's no promotions that have any kind of broadcast time. So like, there's a lot of fighters out there that haven't gotten seen, and so I think the Contender Series is for guys like that just, hey, take a look at me, and then that's how they get on.
And then I think it was in the first round, he had a couple blows to the back of the head, and he was trying to say,
he's a punk, man. I'm telling you, if he wants to run it back, I'm down. Like he something about him when he got in my face, I was like, what the hell, like, dude, like I'm helping you, like this is like extra money for you, like you don't have to go home sad because you trained for 3 months or whatever. I trained for 3 days, you know, like I was ready to go, and you know, I don't really care about all that. I'm just ready to fight. I just want to compete. It's not even about fighting. It's not about like anger, like fight. It's a compete. Like this is the ultimate competition where you get to like put someone on the ground, put their head on the ground, finish them with a choke or finish them with punching. This is the ultimate competition. That's why everybody loves it. That's why I love it.
And one final one, what did you say to him after they pulled you off?
I don't even know. I said, get in my face, or I don't know. I screamed. I know that. I screamed like an animal in his face, and I was like, oh my God, I look like such an idiot. And I just, hopefully I didn't come across too bad, but I was amped up. Do you know what I said? No? Okay, if I could get some audio on that, I'd like to hear it, because I wasn't sure.
You're talking about yesterday at the weigh-in when he got in your face?
Yeah. I'm like, he was like pushing through Dana's hand. I was like, dude, Dana would smash you. Like, he like came pushing through. He's like a little 45er, like barely a feather. He needs to go to 35 or, you know, something else.
Yeah, I saw that. I wondered if there was some kind of prior beef at that time.
I don't speak to anyone. I gotta tell you, I go to the gym, I train, I go home, and then I'm with my kids and my wife 24/7. Like I don't have beef outside of, I don't even know, like maybe I cut someone off on the street in the car, and that's the beef I have.
In general, is that just a pet peeve for you whenever people have to?
Honestly, I haven't really had a lot of people come at me like that. Like I just don't ever, like I don't let it happen. Like I don't let people get mad at me because I don't do anything to get anybody pissed off. I just like to fight. I like to finish. I like to compete. That's it. So.
Just so I'm clear, when you said the guy that was trolling you on social media, it wasn't the guy that you fought. It sounded like that's what you said, or was it just some troll?
It was some guy that, so like weeks before that, he was like telling me how cool it was, and then like as soon as I had the loss, it was like he was like set me up for like 2 or 3 months. You know, it was so weird. And then he did that, and then it's just honestly, it's so distracting. You're like, I'm at the gym, but I'm gonna show everybody how hard I'm working out. Like, I mean, how many people really want to see that post of you working out? And so like I would put stuff with my daughters on there, like doing something like that with my family, and I was like, I don't really want people to know like what my kids look like or what the school they go to or where we're eating out tonight. Like it's so pointless to me in a lot of ways, and you know, I just gotta keep guys like John, keeping my friend, and all you guys in the media, so you guys can accept the call outs if everybody wants to call me out. I'm game to fight anybody. Like I just took Bektic number 15 in the world on 3-day notice. I'll do it to anybody else.
Thanks, man. Sounds like you want to do your talking in the cage. We'll see you soon.
I appreciate it.
Best I can tell, it sounds like you went, yeah, you got in my face.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I remember it now. I just remember saying, yeah, you got in my face. Like, you know, I just like, it was like childish, like, it was like angry. I was like, what the hell, dude? But it's just funny because like, I wish I would have got him finished in the very first. It would just been like it'd been nice. But I let him get tired a little bit and got it in deep. So.